iRacing is expensive, and on top of that, buying setups is a cost that many racers are willing to pay every single month just to be that 10th quicker. Today we're going to see if ChatGPT can produce a high level setup that is faster than iRacing's fixed setups, and the car that we'll be using is the Porsche 911 GT3 Cup car. This car is an amazing test bed for this video. The lack of ABS or traction control makes every setup tweak that much more pronounced. The anti-roll bar settings and wing adjustments make that much more of a difference now that there's no cushion of traction control to save you. But now, it's time to set the first flying lap. Okay, so here's a quick rundown of how it's going to work. I'm going to do 2 warm-up laps and then I'll set 4 flying laps. And then out of the 4, we take the fastest one and we take the average, and that will determine our score for the setup. Oh, and we've got a team radio.
This video took quite some time to make, so if you'd like to support this channel and make my day, please like and subscribe.
Yep, thank you, Jeff. And before anyone has any questions, there are 3 factors that will be staying the exact same throughout the whole video. First being the fuel. We leave the pits with 42 litres of fuel, do 2 out laps, and then we do 4 flying laps. That determines our score. The second factor is the weather, the third is the track conditions. Only the setup will be getting changed. That is it. And of course I'm on Okayama Raceway, full course layout. This track has a bit of everything. It's got the slow speed corners, high speed corners, it's even got the medium speed corners. Exactly what you want for this type of test. As we're using all of the track here, downshift from 3rd into 2nd and back up straight into 3rd, use all the track you could get, and then it's just a run down to the finish line. And the lap time we manage is 30.892. Now, that's not exactly true. My fastest lap was actually a 1:30.879, but I had slight difficulties getting that recorded, so you had to see a slight different lap. But now if we take all 4 lap times, add them together and divide them by 4, we get an average of 1:31.150 with a fastest lap of 1:30.879. So then the next step was to go into ChatGPT, ask it to make me a new setup, give it some criteria, give it some values that it can use. And this is what you see me doing here. I'm just inputting the first setup that it gave me. And I thought that was going to be it from here. I thought it was going to be easy. I'd be setting purple sectors. But that was not the case. So we're coming out of the pits. Nice and easy on the brakes. Don't want to cook the tyres straight away. But as we turn into the corner, as I'm getting on power, I'm starting to notice the car really doesn't want to turn in. Now, initially I'm thinking this is just cold tyres, but I quickly found out that was not the case. Now, you can especially see this going into the Atwood curve. I'm heavy on the brakes, I'm turning in, but the car just does not hit the apex. And even on exit, I'm just struggling to get that rotation in the car. Not only is the car understeering, coming out of Redmond, we're now oversteering. The setup is just not working at all. God. Feels terrible now. So after just a few minutes of driving, I decided it was time to go back to the drawing board. Okay, so I've asked ChatGPT nicely to fix those issues, and it kind of fixed those issues, so I applied them as you're about to see, but it didn't go exactly to plan. Let's see how this goes. This is take 2. It still feels understeery, but that could always be the cold tyres. But after 2 warm-up laps, I realised the cold tyres were not the issue. I tried again and again, going back and forth with ChatGPT for over 2 hours, but I still wasn't able to come remotely close to my fixed setup lap time. So on the second day of trying, I decided to just give up. But then,
we're launching GPT-5. GPT-5 is a major upgrade over GPT-4 and a significant step along our path to AGI.
upon hearing about the release of GPT-5, the desire to get that lap time really came back to me. And so this time I started completely from scratch, asking the AI for a brand new setup. And this time I could finally feel the front end of the car wanting to throw itself and just rotate in the corner. It's been so long since I've seen green sectors in my Delta, but this time it felt like they were coming up in every single corner. The car still felt a little unstable, but I knew that the setup I was looking for was very close. And so for one last time, I asked ChatGPT to make a couple little changes.
Let's go.
This was it, the ultimate make or break situation. I knew I had to give my everything for these 4 laps. You can see my Delta sitting exactly at 0, so I'm pushing like crazy, at the limit of my capabilities, just to get this lap time. And just to remind you, the fuel level and their track conditions are staying the exact same. 42 litres of fuel, 2 outlaps to warm up the tyres, and then 4 push laps. If I mess up even a single one, I have to go back to the pits and restart everything. This Porsche has no ABS, so every heavy braking zone, like the end of the straight, could be my last. I need to be careful not to lock the tyres, as that would put me in a spin, and this would be all for nothing. Now we're in the middle of our lap. Our Delta time is at 0 exactly. It's fluctuating up and down a tiny bit. That's okay, that's just the difference in setup, because this one gives us a lot more entry in mid-corner speed. Now coming into turn 8, we're heavy on the brakes. Came so close to locking up, and on exit, hard on the power. This setup is letting me use all of the braking performance and all of the acceleration performance out the corners. Got 2 corners to go now. Staying in 3rd gear and then downshifting to 2nd for the last corner. Back up into 3rd, heavy on the power again. And now it's just a race to the finish line. And we've done it. A 1 minute 30.618. So again, if we take all 4 lap times and divide them by 4, we get an average of 1 minute 30.746. This is faster than the average fixed setup lap time that we got. But let's not forget, I spent a lot of time on the racetrack, and a lot of that improvement will naturally come from spending hours on the track. Realistically, it takes a bunch of time and effort to dial things in, which is why people usually pay for the ready-made setups or just use the fixed setups. They're both okay. But if you're patient and you do have a lot of time on your hands, you should definitely give it a shot. I found myself that the setup felt really snappy, really responsive, and I did enjoy it as well. If you want to try this for yourself, I'll leave a link to my Discord where you can download the setup and probably smash my lap time. Now, if you got this far, I would really appreciate a like and a subscribe from you guys. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.